not as unhinged as we usually are, but here we go. We're getting into game number 1.
As spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map here, playing for the Cranky Ducklings, it is our American Protoss in the red. This is PattyMac.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of data under the sea, we have the American Protoss player representing Team License to Kill. It is Nina.
Beautiful. How's your day been, lad?
Oh, you know.
Casted some StarCraft?
We've been casting nothing but TVPs, puppy. Nothing but TVPs.
Oh, beautiful. Love to see it.
And we had a TVT mixed in as well. To be fair, if you are tuning in now, I highly recommend watching Special versus Vindicta. It was a banger of a series. Yeah, I haven't been able to cast a single Zerg player today. Asher.
I love to hear it. Absolutely beautiful.
Animal. But I'm sure we'll get into them later on, as of course we are going to be covering this first round of the knockout bracket, and then once we are done, group stage number 3 should be ready for us. Until then though, we have some pretty differing openers here from our players.
Yeah, here we go. Both players going for that one get expand, but it looks like Nina has opted to go for that on the high ground this time.
Yeah, interesting choice here. So a more economic variant from PattyMac. Nina going for something a little bit more defensive instead. Quite interesting here. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. So because this, I imagine Nina is going to be looking to be the aggressor, looking to try and deny this economy here of PattyMac as best she can.
Yeah, there we go. Does force a Zealot, but that Nexus going to be able to get down at a pretty reasonable time. At the same time, looks like Nina not really fighting to get that Nexus down whatsoever.
Yeah, pretty interesting here. I was waiting for the tech, and there we go. Stargate is thrown down, but PattyMac, because of this probe, is going to be able to confirm the addition of that tech, as his own Stargate is thrown down at around the same time.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting matchup of builds here, where both Stargates almost at the same time, but PattyMac ahead of quite a lot of build time on his Nexus here, so I have to wonder if he's found a little bit of an advantage here.
I would agree, other than making that Zealot, of course. I do think that PattyMac is coming out ahead in these builds. He, I'm sure, thinks that it is going to be one base play, so he doesn't quite have eyes on how late this Nexus is. He's going to be moving out for that, but because he scattered the Stargate, I believe both players have scattered the Stargates, we could be getting into Phoenixes. Oh, no, never mind.
You love to see it. No Phoenix Wars.
You're like,
just good old-fashioned Oracle scrap fest.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Some Oracle on Oracle action. We're both going to be getting into this. Going to be getting into how much damage can be done. PattyMac is throwing down a shield battery in his mineral line. Nina going to be doing the same.
Yeah, so it looks like things as mirrored can be so far. PattyMac is going to get into this natural here. Does get a full scout of that Nexus timing and gets a little damage on that pylon, but a little bit careless with this Stalker here.
Yeah, exactly. The Stalker should be going down. There we go with that final shot. It does go down. He was a little bit idle with that control. Oh, doesn't get the Stalker in the end. So Nina coming out quite well in these trades. Oh, but loses the Stalker.
Oh. Yeah, does get the Stalker. Nina just kind of taking her foot off the gas there, and PattyMac dips into the main, sees the shield battery on the full energy, doesn't want to commit there. Nina on the other side will be committing a bit of this energy to try to take out this Stalker, so she finds herself with a decent lead when it comes to the Stalker count.
Yeah, interesting kind of decision making here. I mean, getting a Stalker for free essentially is always nice damage, and I'm sure Nina anticipated that there would be a shield battery across the map. Now she has 2 of those Oracles. Meanwhile, Stasis Trap gets thrown down. Oh my god, is the DPS enough? No, it's not. Yeah, but Nina, quick reaction set, does manage to pull that probe out of there. One of the Stalkers does get trapped. Actually, 3 probes getting trapped there, so not a bad stasis wall at all. Yeah, pretty good, all things considered. Meanwhile, we have 2 Oracles going across the map here. PattyMac, is he ready? Is he in position? This natural base is looking a little bit exposed. He does have 2 Stalkers. Is that enough to fend off these Oracles? It looks like not quite.
Yeah, not quite going to be losing a few of those probes there. A little bit of a misclick coming out from Nina there. Doesn't quite sync up the shots on some of those probes. So damage not as bad as it could be. Meanwhile, PattyMac is going to be dipping in here, getting a lot of damage of his own.
Yeah, exactly. 6 probes going down on top of the stasis trap from earlier. PattyMac is getting further ahead economically. He's going to be able to take out a couple of probes even here at the natural.
Yeah, does lose an Oracle, but for 9 probes, not a bad trade at all. And PattyMac finding himself with the smallest of leads here.
Oh yeah, very, very nice lead, all things considered. Is going to be throwing down a couple more gateways. Blink is on the way for both of our players. What's important is that Nina still has 2 oracles, so even though she has taken a lot of economic damage, she can reciprocate, she can try and equalize.
Yeah, there we go. We'll be dipping on in there. 2 of those probes going down right away, but the Stalkers will be in position to prevent any more losses.
Oh, exactly. 4 probes in total. And again, both oracles survive. They're here in the dead space out in between these bases. And once again, they can dip in and get even more probes.
Exactly. Meanwhile, PattyMac will be dipping on out with that Oracle very low on health. Does get eyes on the 3rd base timing of Nina, so both players should know what's going on. And it looks like PattyMac going to start dipping into some Phoenix production that will help get these pesky Oracles out of the back of his base.
Yeah, I really do like this. Like, he wants to make sure this doesn't get out of hand. Nina has been able to equalize. We have evened up in the worker count. It is going to be forced to recall if she wants to try and save these Oracles. He's going to try and get out of here, but oh god, yeah, he's going to lose them in the end. Oh, at least 1 at least.
Yeah, a little bit of indecision there coming out from Nina. Is going to be losing 1 of those Oracles. Meanwhile, we do see she's managed to slip a pylon in here. This is that classic nightmare pylon back once again.
Oh my, the call is coming from inside the house, Bubba. Oh my god. Look at the vision of PattyMac. He has no idea that there's a pylon here. How did this happen, by the way? This, I'm sure we must have missed the fact that Nina's probe has just been alive here this entire time.
Yeah, looks like everyone kind of just forgot about this little probe. And this little probe, you know, grew up to be a big probe, grew up to be a pylon. It's like, don't you forget about me. I'm going to be warping adepts in your basement.
I'm going to kill you. Oh my god. This is going to be insane. Once it does come into fruition, we'll see when those adepts are going to be morphed in. At the same time, PattyMac is across the map here. He's going to try his best to out micro Nina, but with both players with Blink, PattyMac is forced back.
Yeah, both players with Blink just looking to get those first little jabs going across. As Nina actually taking out an extra Stalker. Might even be able to take out 1 more after that. So yeah, PattyMac with just a little bit of an unfortunate trade coming out there, but is establishing a 4th base. So looks like PattyMac's route to victory here is going to be an epic, economic one.
Oh, the pilot gets spotted by the stray Oracle. Nina punished for her greed because I'm sure she was waiting for DTs. She wanted to go for the DTs instead of the Adepts, and oh my god, you know, sometimes you gotta take your wins when you can. You know, we could have seen some great damage.
That could have been absolutely insane. I have to wonder, like, do you think she was going for DTs because she got the pylon up there?
Yeah. I think it's the only reason. So unfortunately, you know, that does get shut down. At the same time, nice control there. The stasis trap does get baited out by one of those Blink Stalkers. Nina, ooh, yeah, doesn't lose much of anything here in this trade. Or in this attack.
Yeah, beautiful Blink micro coming out from both players, just kind of showing off their skills, getting to, you know, play around on this stage. So the first few DTs are going to be heading on out, and does PattyMac still have his Oracle for detection?
Oh god, that is going to be the question here. It looks like the Oracle is still alive, doesn't have a lot of energy, did throw down that stasis earlier, so I'm a little bit concerned, but here we go. The Observer is at the triangular 3rd base of PattyMac. DTs are waddling on in.
Yeah, the Observer is going to catch 1 of those. Does look like the Stalker went past attack, but PattyMac, has he noticed yet?
Oh, PattyMac hasn't noticed. He's a little bit too preoccupied with this counterattack. He wants to try and deny the 4th base. He does warp in defensively at home, and here we go. The Oracle does turn around.
Yeah, Revelation going to be going down on 1 of those bases. Has he managed to clean up the DT at the other base?
Oh god, it looks like the DTs have been cleaned up. 1 DT slips in towards the natural base. Not a lot of economic damage is being done, but at least it is forcing PattyMac's attention back at home instead. And Nina does defend her 4th.
Yeah, so the 4th is held just due to that little distraction here and there. So looks like things getting pretty even all in all. This DT. Ooh. I don't want to say what meme this reminds me of, but it's a tough situation for that DT.
I don't think the story ends well for this DT, puppy. Get out of there, puppy. No! Oh god. Yeah, I'm not gonna say what that reminded me of either. As you see a fifth base on the way. Oh, that's a kill though, not a cancel.
Oh yeah, PattyMac just not quite fast enough to keep up with his Blink Stalkers, is looking to reposition, and the Blink micro between the two players furiously going down, but does look like Nina just has the numbers here.
Yeah, Nina had the numbers, Nina had the concave as well. PattyMac struggling to trade. On top of that, fighting with an upgrade disadvantage here. Nina having +1. PattyMac +1 is still on the horizon.
Yeah, that +1's so close to finishing. We do have charge going down as well, so the Zealots will be a bit of a boon to the complexity of that army once that does finish up. It does have the armor upgrades going as well, so it looks like he's opted for a second forge, which Nina hasn't gone for just yet, but the Blink micro from Nina's been very good so far.
Yeah, exactly. Has been better than PattyMac's for the last couple of engagements, not gonna lie. But PattyMac has been mining a little bit longer from his 4 bases. Because of that, he does have the resources to invest in those additional upgrades. Charge only just now starting, or kind of starting for Nina, so PattyMac may have a little bit more of a sophisticated army in these coming moments. But with the map control, Nina takes a 5th.
Yeah, exactly. Nina's got that 5th coming down, has a pretty significant advantage in the supply as well, so we'll be able to keep PattyMac on his side of the map here, and I am a little bit worried that she's starting to outgrow him.
Oh, yeah, I'm worried as well. We see an aggressive blink on forward here from PattyMac, but I feel like, yeah, it does overextend a little bit in the end. He can't really take this fight, is being forced back.
Yeah, lovely Blink micro coming out from both players, dodging out any of those Stalker shots that they can, but Nina just with a huge Stalker ball here is going to be able to apply so much pressure and just does not stop warping in Stalkers.
Yeah, she's just going for a pure Stalker against pure Stalker. We saw Charge already finishing up for PattyMac, but he's not really making use of it. Same can be said here for Nina. At least the upgrades are going to be in favor of PattyMac. He now has +1. He's working on 2-2, actually. That's going to be huge. But will it make up for that numbers deficit?
Yeah, exactly. As we do see Nina just sharking around here, trying to look out for any 5th base that PattyMac tries to establish. And yeah, just a little bit of indecision coming out from PattyMac here. Doesn't know if he wants to engage with these huge numbers of Stalkers, but here we go.
Oh my god, he blinks up the ramp into Nina right now with the defender's advantage, with the cannon, with the overcharge. Is it going to be enough with the defender's advantage? With the reinforcements, PattyMac, he deflects his army.
Yeah, PattyMac opting for a aggressive blink, which means that Nina is able to blink micro and is trading extremely well with these Stalkers.
Oh my god, exactly, is out trading PattyMac. A lot of these Stalkers aren't even a part of the fight, by the way, but it looks like with the additional warp wins, PattyMac, oh no, here come the reinforcements of Nina.
Yeah, the Zealots were starting to get some work done here, but Nina with some extra Stalkers, with some Immortals as well, is going to be absolutely chunking through these Stalkers. PattyMac just warping in more Stalkers, and with the Immortal right there, it's going to be very hard to hold this off.
Yeah, it's going to be nigh impossible at this point, especially with that Immortal, with the numbers of Nina. She is breaking on through. PattyMac really struggling to hold on here. He's got a couple more warpins in him. He's actually going for a Dark Shrine.
Yeah, a bit of a desperation move, has to get some defensive DTs in here, but there are more than enough observers. The trades are so good for Nina. She has a 5th base up and running. She can do this all day.
Yeah, exactly. The Immortal finally is going to go down, but the DTs were dealt with, and Nina is finally transitioning. It isn't just mass blink Stalkers. We have oh my god, triple robot production, triple disruptors, 3 at a time.
Oh my eyes, I can't take this.
It's disgusting. Oh my god. The amount of Protoss on display.
Oh, we have those disruptors on the way if we even make it that far, because Nina's Stalker pressure this whole game has been exemplary, and is getting so much damage here. Even going for the DT blink here as well. So if she can really start pulling PattyMac apart, dodging all of those disruptors, those DTs might even be able to blink in on another base.
I can't look at the natural. It's everything. It's the Dark Shrine with blink, with triple disruptor production and +3. Like, this is... Oh my god. Speaking of, the numbers are going up.
Oh, really nice snipe there at the last minute. Does take out this disruptor, but Nina knows she has the numbers advantage. Gets right on in there. Huge Nova goes off on the Stalkers, and we are seeing the beginning of the end here for PattyMac.
Yeah, it's going to be the end of the end, Papi. There's just not enough here to defend for PattyMac. Nina just out trading, out controlling for so long with pure Stalkers. GG gets called, and Nina will take the first game.
GG. Great little macro PvP we got to have there.
Yeah. It has had a pretty interesting opener, had some twists, had some turns. We had a pylon hidden in the main base for PattyMac for so long. Oh my god, it's everything you want in a PvP.
Right, the call is coming from inside the house, but PattyMac, he's cool, he's hip, he's with it. He doesn't use a landline phone.
I was gonna say, he doesn't have a house, puppies.
Oh. He wasn't home.
He wasn't home, puppy. He was in the club. Oh my god. But yes, well played there to Nina. Very well executed in the end. But we're not done here. It's a best of 3, and we're getting ready for game número 2.
Yeah, game number 2 coming on in here, and it's going to be up to PattyMac to see if he can shake things up a little bit here. Is he going to be able to, catch Nina off guard, maybe with some prepared strategies? This is the tournament life on the line, so it's time to bring out the big guns.
Ooh, it is time, and we don't have time here yet, but it is time for game number 2 on that larger map. As you were saying, it is going to be Cosmic Sapphire. Oh boy, which way is this gonna go? Personally, no bias, but I do hope we get the ace match. As a reminder, PattyMac is 1 game away from being eliminated from Atlanta.
Do you want to hear some madness?
Go for it.
How about Cannon Rush into Gold Base?
You should be a Protoss player. You should.
You're disgusted, aren't you?
I want to leave.
As one man that does not want to leave here with his tournament life on the line, it is the Cranky Ducklings, American Protoss in the red. This is PattyMac.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire, we have the American Protoss player representing Team License to Kill LTK. It is Nina.
Here we go. So we do see PattyMac this time. It is going to be going for that high ground pylon, so does have the opportunity here to go for something a little bit more aggressive if he wants to do a 2-gate opener, maybe even try to go into 3-gate robo, something like that, to try to crack the defenses of Nina. But looks like Nina as well going to be opting for a high ground pylon.
Yeah, is going for a high ground pylon, isn't walling off. Meanwhile, Asher, did you accidentally do something to your microphone settings? As for a while there, it seemed like you had a much deeper voice than usual. It was interesting.
Oh,
hello?
No.
Oh.
Is it okay?
No.
Is it fixed? It's not okay? Oh, no.
Something is going on here. I'd appreciate if you could look into it a little bit, as we are going to be getting into this so far. Ooh, Nina straight up going for a straight up 2-gate opener here. Going to be quite aggressive indeed, as PattyMac is just going for his own opener as well. Getting a proxy pylon out here, pseudo proxy pylon on his side of the map.
Is this any better?
No.
Oh, no.
Maybe try leaving and maybe rejoining the call. Maybe that'll help. Maybe. Fingers crossed. But yeah, really peculiar here by Nina, just because she opted not to go for a wall overall, which means that she's more susceptible to adepts. PattyMac is now going to be able to scout. He's going to be able to get his eyes on this and realize what is going on. So yeah, really interesting play here. Despite that, PattyMac did of course open up with double Stalker, so he's not going to quite be able to take advantage of this kind of scenario, as Nina go straight for a Twilight Council. My god.
Sounding way better.
Hello?
We fixed? Hello?
Are we fixed?
I don't know. Are we?
No. Yeah, it's weird. You sound like a little bit distorted and a little bit bassy. Yeah, like Kura's saying it herself. It's like you're underwater. You're under the sea. We're not on day to sea anymore, Papi. We're back. Oh god. As PattyMac himself is going for a 2-gate expand, a little more standard, a little more economic here. I'm waiting to see additional gateways. There we go. There's that 3rd gateway from Nina being thrown down. I wouldn't be surprised if we even have a 4th gateway just to reinforce across the map. Nina being hyper aggressive here, and PattyMac Gonna try and get eyes on this and try and hold on. He does have that sentry, but right now he's preserving that energy. He hasn't gone for a hallucinated scout yet. Oh, so I apologize. Just fixing the scores on the screen. Thank you. Do appreciate that. The probe doesn't. The probe at least confirms that there is no base being taken, so PattyMac knows. Okay, she's all in. I just have to defend. We have a shield battery on the way. We have a defensive robo as well for immortal production. Is this going to be too late though? That is the question, as stalkers or nothing but stalkers are being made, and here is that reinforcing pylon. Aye. Of course, Nina, because of the additional gateways, she will perpetually have a greater stalker count than PattyMac, but PattyMac has to make up for that with the shield batteries, with the immortals. We have a second shield battery being thrown down, robos on the way. I'm sure we're going to be chronoing out that immortal as fast as possible. Pylon has been found. Thankfully, this won't supply block PattyMac, but again, we'll be getting rid of at least some of that vision. And Blink is about to finish up. We saw how much Nina was flexing her Blink control in the previous game, and she's going to be able to do that again.
Am I better?
Oh, you're back.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh my god. Oh, you sound amazing.
Lovely.
Oh my god. And you're here just in time as Nina is one base. She's 100% all in. We do see she has enough to two-shot these stalkers, and boy, she's just mowing through them.
Yeah, beautiful Blink micro coming out here, putting on a lot of damage, but we do have the first immortal popping out for PattyMac, and that is going to help so much in working his way through these stalkers. Nina going to have to back off and wait for reinforcements.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? She was able to take down both of those shield batteries. I believe an overcharge was not used. We have a couple more shield batteries on the way. At least PattyMac is now working on his second immortal. The immortal count is slowly going to get higher and higher. Nina is on a bit of a timer. I say that as she actually does opt to expand.
Yeah, so Nina definitely sensing that things aren't quite going the way that she wants. Needs to try to macro out of this. He's going to try to put as much pressure as she can on in the meantime.
Oh god, exactly, and it looks like she has enough to take down another one of these stalkers. PattyMac has to be careful not to overextend. Despite having two immortals, despite having two shield batteries, this is still a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, but that second immortal coming out with the shield batteries as well, that is going to help out a lot. Nina just trying to snipe down one of these stalkers under the shield battery, but not quite able to do so.
Yeah, not quite able to do so in the end. I love this from PattyMac. He does feel the freedom does have enough freedom to go for a hallucinated scout. Should get eyes on the natural base. Should recognize that, okay, it is safe to probe, it is safe to tech, it is safe to look on further ahead in this game.
Yeah, really interesting here. PattyMac actually hiding his third immortal.
Interesting. He doesn't want Nina to know that he's committing to a bit of a greater army here, maybe looking to go for a bit of a counterattack as soon as he deals with this initial stalker army, but two adepts shade in.
Yeah, Dev's going to be getting on in there, trying to get some probe damage there. We do see two probes going down right away, but shouldn't be too much more than that.
Well, yeah, third probe, and Nina's able to get a full scout of the main base, does get confirmation of the gateway explosion, gets confirmation of the Twilight Council. Didn't see it researching, but ooh, Nina has high ground vision.
Yeah, exactly. So Nina is going to be able to blink on in there. He's getting a lot of damage here. Can she deny the blink here?
Oh my god, that is huge. Blink is denied. The Twilight Council goes down. The Immortal goes down as well. She can just blink on out.
Wow, very nicely done by Nina there, making so much out of this small group of stalkers.
Yeah, and just like that, I'm really worrying for PattyMac because he's just losing stalker after stalker. He's just not trading well at all against this army, and Nina is catching up in that worker count.
Yeah, exactly. PattyMac sensing that as well, realizes that he does have to start moving out, getting a little bit of damage, but all the stalker getting sniped, the observer getting sniped as well.
This may just be it. The first immortal goes out, the second as well. A little bit of sloppy control from PattyMac, and that may just be it. That may have just cost him the game.
Yeah, absolute disaster there for PattyMac, losing the observer, losing the immortals as well. All three of those immortals have gone down. We do see one more coming into the fray, but Nina's just going to be able to threaten that main, threaten that natural with all these blink stalkers, and that buys her so much space even to get a third nexus down.
Yeah, exactly. She's just getting further and further ahead. She doesn't have to try and commit and try to end the game from here. Again, with this blink stalker micro, she's just out trading PattyMac. He had to rebuild the Twilight Council. He had to restart Blink.
Yeah, this Blink micro out of Nina all series long has been absolutely fantastic. And gee, PattyMac, he's still only halfway along that Blink research. It's going to be so hard for him to trade out with the Stalkers of Nina, especially when Nina has shown throughout this series that she might have a little bit of a micro advantage when it comes to the matchup between these two players.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever it is, whatever's in the water there at DreamHack, her micro is just that much on point.
Yeah, absolutely. She is splitting off 4 of these Stalkers now to head around into the main. If she can create a distraction at the natural, she'll be able to one-shot these probes. And yeah, it looks like PattyMac just going to be splitting off some of his forces, but doesn't quite have enough Stalkers at the natural here to deal with the attack of Nina.
Yeah, exactly. Nina's just overwhelming him, pulling him apart left and right, picking up a couple more Stalkers, picking up a couple more units. In the end, that small force in the main base was cleaned up. PattyMac now has regained control of his natural base, and he may be forced to base all in. He's looking to try and expand and take a third from here, but like coming back from this position is going to be so difficult.
Yeah, exactly. He does have the Prism here. He does have that Blink finishing on up, so we'll be able to put some pressure on Nina, and he really does need some pressure. Nina has been suffocating him this game, giving herself so much space to get her economy up, to get everything on the way, and now it is on PattyMac to try to get some damage back.
Yeah, exactly. He does throw down a third base. Nina does see this, by the way, as she does have an observer here in between all 3 of these bases. But PattyMac has to be a little bit careful here. Oh my god, Nina behind the army could even try and snipe that Prism, as both armies, they pass each other. 2 ships in the night.
Yeah, looks like Nina might even be looking here for a base trade. We do see the immediate pull of the probes does signify that the army is not home. She has to evacuate. She gets right into the natural there. He's going to be attacking these probes, and there's nothing here for PattyMac at all.
Oh, he recalls. He does end up sniping that third base in the end, but he doesn't want to lose his own natural. He feels like he may maybe take this fight with the addition of that Immortal.
Oh, and where is the shield battery? Oh, no. Yeah, PattyMac maybe just a little bit overwhelmed by the gravity of the situation. Doesn't get the heal from the shield battery on that Nexus, and Nina will be taking out the third as well.
Oh, but it's okay because we have all these hallucinated Stalkers going for the flank. The Prism goes down as well. As you were saying, these shield batteries could have been used to try and keep that base alive, but was unable to do so. Now we have 1 base, PattyMac, going up against the 2 bases of Nina. The Prism just went down, so PattyMac cannot reinforce.
Yeah, Prism goes down. Second Immortal is here for Nina. The boys have been pulled. I love this decision because this is what it comes down to. But Nina, she's got probes of her own back home, and it looks like these sentries are going to be cutting off some of the units of PattyMac. He does get on in there. There is no shield battery. This is his last chance to survive.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, here we go. The boys are being pulled as well. Boy on boy action here. You don't want to be a probe in this game. We see a blink on board. Both Immortals are going to be going down, and now it comes down to the Stalkers.
Yeah, both Immortals going down, but the Stalker numbers are there for Nina. The probes are there if they're needed. Doesn't even need them. They go straight back to mining, and we do see... Oh, I thought this was PattyMac going for a desperation move, getting up the gold, but Nina actually extending her lead with the gold, sensing that a base trade was imminent.
Oh, exactly. The gold base is on the way. We even see a recall to save these workers, as it looks like, yeah, PattyMac has come across this location, taking down a pylon, does get eyes on the gold, is going to be able to deny that. He is trying to expand and regain his own natural. Looking at the worker count, both players did lose a lot of workers, but PattyMac, down to half the worker count of Nina.
Yeah, PattyMac lost a lot here. Nina's been mining off 2 bases this entire time, and I have to wonder if it's going to come down to losing that natural.
Yeah, I imagine so. I think that could have just been it, and Nina is able to catch his army as well, has the numbers, has the blinks. PattyMac just bleeding out too many Stalkers here, Stalkers that he cannot afford to lose.
Yeah, looks like PattyMac just digesting the loss now. A bit of an unfortunate one, but have to, yeah,